Hi everyone, happy Tuesday. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving and weekend. Thank you for tuning into my vlogging series, Kannakids. This is my educational series that covers a variety of topics on medical cannabis, specifically for children who experience a number of failed conventional treatments. And in turn, parents are beyond frustrated, they're feeling at their wits' end, and they're very desperate to help their child, and they're just on the search for alternative modalities that can hopefully provide relief and quality of life for their child. But finding that right alternative can be daunting, it can be overwhelming, and it often leaves parents questioning if they're even making the right choice. So that is why I created this vlogging series, because my goal is to provide the foundation you need to make the best choice for your child and to be confident in the decision you're making as to whether or not medical cannabis is truly the right option for your child and your family. So as the medical cannabis nurse for kids here at Elevated Healing, what I do is I make sure that I deliver the most up-to-date information that is backed by scientific studies. Because again, the goal is to make you a confident parent in the decision you're making regarding your child's health and well-being. Again, thank you for anyone and everyone tuning in for episode 2 of Kannakids today. And what I am going to share with you is why our bodies respond so well to medical cannabis. And well, believe it or not, the human body is actually hardwired to use the compounds found in the cannabis plant. We actually have this built-in biological system that can receive and process these compounds. And this system is called the endocannabinoid system. The endo what? I know, it's a mouthful. It's called the endocannabinoid system. And guess what? Humans are not the only ones that are hardwired with this truly amazing system. So are fish, earthworms, reptiles, amphibians, birds, leeches, and all mammals. Did your jaw drop yet? Well, if not, maybe what I'm about to share with you next will. So the discovery of the endocannabinoid system is legitimately one of the most important discoveries science has made. And guess what? Most people, including healthcare professionals, don't even know about the system. Seriously. The endocannabinoid system is truly one of the greatest scientific discoveries because this system is our master regulator of our body. It essentially controls all of the body's physiology as well as help mitigates disease. The endocannabinoid system works so hard in creating this internal balance within our body. And really, it's so responsible for creating this internal balance, especially when we're constantly in flux and fluctuation with our external environment, such as pollution. The endocannabinoid system truly is responsible for relaying all the most important messages that affect our sleep, our appetite, mood, immune function, reproduction, fertility, pleasure, reward, pain, memory, literally everything. Like I mentioned earlier, the endocannabinoid system is the master regulator, and it's constantly multitasking, adjusting, and readjusting these important messages within our body because it's trying to reestablish and restore balance. So now that I've explained the endocannabinoid system, let me briefly explain why the cannabis plant works hand in hand with our body. So the compounds found in the cannabis plant, these are known as cannabinoids, just so happen to have a similar structure and shape as our internal compounds our bodies create naturally. Yes, you heard me correctly. We actually create our own cannabinoids, and they have a similar structure and shape as the cannabinoids found in the cannabis plant. That's amazing. This is why our body responds so well to the cannabis plant. Now, the most popular cannabis compounds you may already know are CBD and THC. Just so you know, there's so much more to this plant than just CBD and THC. And this will be another episode. But for this episode, we're going to focus on these popular players. So CBD and THC are the most popular cannabinoids because they're actually found in the greatest quantities. And because of that, they've been the most studied. But in our bodies, we actually create essentially our own THC and CBD, and our internal THC is known as AEA, and internal CBD is 2AG. So if we make our own internal THC and CBD, then why do we need medical cannabis? Remember, the job of the endocannabinoid system is to help maintain the optimal internal balance, and when our endocannabinoid system is actually disrupted by something like disease, the body is not able to produce enough of our internal cannabinoids to maintain and restore this balance. Essentially, the body becomes deficient. And because of that, they're needed to maintain this internal balance. And when they're missing, we actually lead to disease, depression, ADD, ADHD, seizure disorders, epilepsy, fibromyalgia, autism spectrum disorder, cancer, OCD, and so much more. So if the body is deficient of our own internal THC and CBD, when we supplement and nourish the body with the plant compounds from the cannabis plant, the body actually responds very significantly because now it has the ingredients it needs to restore this balance. As the body restores balance with the plant compounds from the cannabis plant, this is when patients experience symptom relief, such as a decrease or a complete stop of seizure activity, a decrease in anxiety, improvement in depression. Somebody is able to focus and concentrate in those who have ADD, ADHD, a significant reduction in pain in a patient with fibromyalgia. The list just goes on and on. The point is when you replenish the body with what it is starved of, it responds and change takes place. So for instance, if your body is deficient of vitamin D, what do? You replenish it with a supplement of vitamin D, foods that are rich in vitamin D and sunshine. In turn, you see an improvement such as an increase in vitamin D levels on your blood work. If your body is deficient of iron, you take an iron supplement and you eat foods that are rich in iron that your body can absorb. And in turn, you may feel an increase in energy, you feel a decrease in fatigue, and you have an improvement in your iron levels on blood work. So nourishing your child's body with medical cannabis works the same way as the examples I have just given you. Here, there is a deficiency of the internal cannabinoids that is leading to a disease state, and they can be positively impacted by supplementing the body with the plant cannabinoids found in the cannabis plant. So in turn, in the presence of the plant cannabinoids in the body, they work hand in hand with the endocannabinoid system, allowing that system to do what it's supposed to do, and that is to restore internal balance, which ultimately it results in symptom relief and improvement in quality of life. While it seems miraculous, it isn't at all. It's just pure science. Any parent who feels that they have tried everything for their child with no to little results, or looking for a more natural alternative for their child's condition, medical cannabis can truly be an option that is very effective, viable, with few side effects, and not only provides relief, but it gives quality of life. So if you or anyone you know feels that their child could benefit from medical cannabis and they're seeking help from a healthcare professional that is proficient in this area, visit my website at www.elevated-healing.com and book your free 15-minute phone consultation to further discuss if this is the right route for your child and family. So thank you to anyone and everyone who tuned in for this week's episode of Kannakids. I hope all of you learned something that could be of help, and I hope to give some hope. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kannakids with a K, for more episodes. Also, see you next Tuesday for episode 3, where I will begin my mini-series about the medicinal effects of all the plant compounds found in cannabis. Starting next week, we'll talk about CBD. So tune in. Until then, have a great rest of the week, stay safe and healthy, and always know there is hope with an answer around the corner. Bye, everyone.